अभ्रमं भङ्गरहितं आजलं विमलं सदा आनन्दतीर्थमतुलं भजेतापत्रयापहं पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनवे आपादमौलिपर्यन्तं गुरूणामाख्यं स्मरेत् येन विघ्नाः प्रणश्यन्ति सिद्ध्यन्ति मनोरथाः हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. We went through some important concepts in the second adhyaya of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and the second adhyaya was called Sankhya Yoga. So there was a question, why this is called Sankhya Yoga? What does the word Sankhya means? Sankhya or Sankhya, the etymological meaning is Samyak Khyati. Sankhya or Sankhya, Sankhya Sambandha is Sankhya. So there are synonymous. Sankhya or Sankhya, both are synonymous. Sankhya Sambandha is Sankhya. And for both of them, the etymology is Samyak Khyati. What is Khyati? Khyati means Jnana. One of the meanings is Khyati is fame, Prasiddhi. That's one meaning is there. But there's another meaning which means Jnana, knowledge. So Samyak Khyati. So basically, uh, in Tattva, what is Tattva? First of all, we use the word Tattva a lot of times. Tattva is actually reality. It is there, Adyatana, Sanatana. It's there present. It was there in the past. It will be there in the future also. Bhavishyamana also. So it's there at all times. That is what is Tattva. Tattva means basically a thing that exists at all times, either Pravahataha or Swarupataha, Nitya, Anadi Nitya Vastus. And we hear in Harikatamsara Pancha Vimshati Tattva Taratama Panchikagalanu. So 25 tattvas we talk about. Sometimes the 26th tattva. So the 25th tattva is, we say is Jiva, then 26th, 27th. So basically, tattvas are eternal entities. Like, for example, Panchabhutas. Panchabhutas, though they get created, it is actually a kind of a modification. Like from Mula Prakriti, Panchabhutas are created, then they go back into Mula Prakriti, and in Sukshma Rupa, they are still present there. Just like from the mud, you make a pot. If pot is all broken, still the mud is there. So the material of the pot is still there. So again, the pot can be made. Again, it may go away. But as a substance, it's always present. Like that, Panchatanmatras, Shabda, Spasha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha. Like this, all these entities, and also Pancha Karmendriyas, Pancha Jnanendriyas, though our bodies get destroyed, the Tattva, basically, Tattva is the essence, the principle. The principle, that is the eternal principle, is always there. So these Tattvas, we have to understand that. So Samkhya is Samyak Khyati is understanding, a true understanding of all the tattvas, and our in among these tattvas, Jiva is one tattva, Paramatma tattva is another tattva. So the connection between Jiva and Paramatma through the all other tattvas, and Lakshmi tattva is also one of the tattvas. So Lakshmi tattva, all this knowledge is what is called Sankhya or Sankhya. So in second adhyaya, basically in Bhagavad Gita, the second adhyaya forms a kind of a summary of the Gita, in the sense all the basic questions are raised in second adhyaya and they're given, and then based on that some other concepts, some other questions, some other elaborations needed. So third adhyaya to 18th adhyaya are extension and continuation of the concepts which are basically laid down in second adhyaya. That's why second adhyaya is like almost like a bija or a seed, and all the other adhyayas are extension or continuation of the thoughts. That's why second adhyaya is called Sankhya Yoga. And the word yoga also is a very interesting shabda. Yoga means jnanopaya, the tool, the method of the knowledge tool is called yoga. That means different approaches. That's why you say bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, karma yoga, all this. And as we talked about earlier, no concept exists by itself, in the sense there is some yogi who is a jnana yogi, means it does not mean that he has only jnana and he doesn't do any karma. It does not mean that. Because even a yogi has to do the karma. He has to go, conduct his life. He has to eat the food. He has to do all the activities. And also, even a jnana yogi, he may do whatever are prescribed karmas for him. He is supposed to do. Same if you take a karma yogi, he should have the knowledge also. And both karma yogi and jnana yogi, they need a bhakti also. So all the yogas are nothing but a different type of tools that are needed to travel towards the moksha. And the basic concepts of all that is presented in second adhyaya. That's why it's called Sankhya Yoga. Samyak Khyati, a proper, a good, a comprehensive knowledge about the basic tattvas is presented in second adhyaya. That's why it's called Sankhya Yoga. And then, of course, original Mahabharata composition, Vedavyasa, it's claimed that Vedavyasa didn't give the names. Later, based upon the contents, people have, scholars have come up with the names for different adhyayas. Like first adhyaya is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga, second adhyaya Sankhya Yoga. Like this, the yoga names are given for the adhyayas later on. It is Sri Krishna Samvade, Yoga Shastre. We say at the end of each adhyaya, all that are basically later additions, which are given as a kind of a extension of or acknowledging whatever Vedavyasa gave. So, though it's not composition by Vedavyasa, these small expressions, yoga names and all the chapters, are not compositions of Vedavyasa. They are universally agreed upon. Everybody says, yeah, a kind of, for example, 13th adhyaya is called Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, because there Kshetra Kshetrajna concepts are given. Though understandings are different, like different people interpreted Kshetrajna in different ways and all that, there are differences in understanding. But what it is about, everybody agreed on that. Okay, this is what it is. Mm, so like that, for example, in 16th is called Daivi Asri Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. So because there Daivi Sampat and Asri Sampat are spoken of. Like this each in 15th is Akshara Parabrahma Yoga. So there Kshara Akshara Vibhaga is like that in each adhyaya a particular concept is taken out and it is elaborated. That's why the different names are given. So Sankhya Yoga that is what it is. Samyak Khyati. Samyak means proper or correct or comprehensive. Khyati is jnana. Jnana about what? Jnana about tattvas. So this is what is started in second adhyaya, and we covered a few slokas in second adhyaya. Probably we'll continue some more concepts in second adhyaya, but I just wanted initially to answer this query about the Sankhya Yoga. And any questions are there, I'll address those questions and then we'll proceed with the further concepts in Bhagavad Gita. So anybody has any questions about not only Sankhya or any other Bhagavad Gita related question or any Shastra related question is also fine. So you can feel free to ask anything. Hare Srinivasa.
Hare Srinivasa, thank you for the meaning, Acharya. It is very interesting, like I could take proper notes. It's very clear now. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. That is nice. Yeah. Thank you. And we talked about a lot of things in second adhyaya, but one of the things I'd once again, kind of a recap, because a lot of people will get a doubt. Jiva is Nitya. Paramatma also is Nitya. We say Jiva is Aswatantra, Paramatma is Swatantra. If there is eternal, Nityatva is there. A Nitya Vastu, it, why should it be dependent upon Paramatma? Because Jiva is also Nitya and Chetana also. Jiva is not like a Jada. Of course, if you say Kala and all those are Jada Padarthas, but when Jiva comes, Jiva is Chetana and Nitya. Paramatma is also Chetana and Nitya. So the Nitya Chetana Jiva, why should it be dependent upon Nitya Chetana Paramatma? Both are Nitya anyway. So we covered that a little bit, but I will just uh, concentrate upon one of the things that we talked about. Why? Means Nityatva itself is maintained by Paramatma. The Nityatva of the Jiva, Nityatva of even all other Nitya entities like Mula Prakriti or Lakshmi Tattva or Kala, time, Dravyam, Karma cha Kalascha, Swabhavo, Jiva eva cha, Yad Anugrata Santi, Na Santi Yadupekshaya in Bhagavata, there is a sloka that comes. Even the Nitya Vastus, their Nityatva is not just because eternal does not mean it is Swatantra. Why means their Nityatva is actually protected and maintained by Paramatma because he is the one who is maintaining their Nityatva. That's why the Swatantra, even though Nityatva is there, still the Swatantra Pata is totally different. So we have to differentiate between Nityatva and Swatantra. Just because Jiva is Nitya, it need not be Swatantra because their Nityatva is dependent upon the protection by Paramatma. He, as a Bimbarupi, is maintaining the Nityatva of the Jiva. And this is further elaborated in Chaturvidha Nasharahitattva that we saw that, for example, Anityatvam Dehahanihi Dukkha Prapti Rapurnata Nashas Chaturvidha Prokta Tad Abhavo Haresada Tad Anyesham tu Sarvesham Nasha Kechit Bhavantihi. From Mahavaraha Purana, it is quoted, and Paramashruti also this Deshada Kalataschiva Gunatascha Tridha Tatihi Sa Samasta Harehe Eva Nahi Anye Purna Sadgunaha. From Paramashruti it is quoted. So here Chaturvidhanasha is talked about. We can normally we say something destruction means is just going away. Existence destroyed means gone. How can there be four kinds of nasha? I know is list actually. Anityatva, that is non-eternality, is one kind of a nasha. Dehahani is another kind of a nasha. Dukkha prapti, basically the words I think you know that what it means. Anityatva means non-eternality. Dehahani means destruction of the body. Dukkha prapti is acquisition of sorrow. Apurnata is non-completeness. Anityatva is understandable, non-eternality. That means something getting destroyed, totally out of existence. Is a kind of an asha, is understandable. What are the other three kinds of nasha that we listed? Why they are called nasha? For example, dehahani. Deha is destroyed, but jiva is not destroyed. Jiva is intact. So deha destruction is basically a jada padartha. It's already jada deha, and it gets either burnt or buried or whatever. Dehani. Why that should be counted as a nasha for a jiva? Because jiva is not getting destroyed, only deha is getting destroyed. Same way, dukkha prapti, dukkha is for whom? Is it for the body or is it for the chetana jiva? Who is having the dukkha? And even though if, of course, jada deha cannot have dukkha or sorrow, only the chetana jiva has the sorrow. If the chetana jiva has the sorrow, just I have a sorrow doesn't mean I am destroyed. So why the sorrow is considered as a destruction? That's the second question. And apurnata, non-completeness. Okay, I'm not complete, but how can non-completeness is called a kind of a destruction? Nashas chaturvida prokta. So these four kinds of nasha, it says, the first nasha is understandable, anityatva, but dehahani, dukkha prapti, apurnata. These three, apurnata is non-complete, means not having, lacking something. So just because I lack something, why should it be called as a destruction? So this question comes to the mind naturally. The reason is this: we have a concept in our destruction means just losing the shape, losing the existence itself. The others are not called destruction because we have formed in our mind one fixed thought. Oh, just getting out, totally out of existence is the only destruction. But nasha or nashta is like, for example, we have certain amount of wealth. The wealth is gone. Oh, I lost my wealth. It makes a sorrow and something. The wealth, I am not the wealth. I am not, I just got disconnected with the wealth. It's just wealth gone away. And I got a sorrow because of that. But it's nothing to do with my destruction. We may say that, but in our mind, look in day to day, somebody loses all his wealth. Oh, I am gone. I am destroyed. This is the expression people also use. But he's not destroyed. Nothing happened. Only the wealth is gone. But say, oh, I am gone. I am destroyed. That means the concept, even in Lokika thing, losing something is also considered a kind of a destruction only. Destruction means need not be going out of shape or out of existence. Destruction can also something that is taken away from you and you feel sad about it. That is also a kind of destruction. That's why Dehahani is, the body, we have the abhimana for the body. It's just my body. And you don't have control over the body. So after some time, the body is taken away from you. So the Dehahani, that's why it's called a destruction, because you do not have, your power is destroyed. Your ability to control the body is destroyed. Your association with the body is destroyed. Something is destroyed. And that you thought you need you. So you, Jiva is not destroyed, but something about the Jiva is destroyed. So destruction of the Jiva includes the, of course, Jiva does not. We don't have Anityatva in case of Jiva itself. So in that way, we have one kind of dosha rahitya, or we are devoid of the flaw of Anityatva because Jiva is Nitya. But other three kinds of destruction are there. We have Dehani, body is destroyed, dukkha prapti, we acquire the sorrow, and apurnata, that means we don't have swatantra, we don't have infinite bliss, we have deficiency. That means our completeness is destroyed. So some destruction is associated with that. So the other three also are considered destruction because though Jiva is not destroyed, something about the Jiva is destroyed. Like some association of the Jiva, some connection of the Jiva is destroyed. So that is why they are also called Nasha. And the reason why they are called is Paramatma is unique, that he is without the all four kinds of dosha rahitya is there only for Paramatma. He alone is devoid of all four kinds of Nasha. And Lakshmi, she is devoid of course anityatva. All the chetanas are devoid of anityatva because they are nityas. And Lakshmi also nitya mukta, so she doesn't have a dehani. And Lakshmi does not have a dukkha at all at any time. So she is devoid of dukkha prapti or sorrow also. But apurnata is there for Lakshmi because she is not even deshataha kalataha she is purna. But gunatah, that means all places she is present, all times she is present, but she does not have all the gunas. Swatantra guna is not there in her. That way she is deficient. That means the full efficiency for Lakshmi is destroyed. That's why she has that kind of an asha. This is how we have to perceive that. So that's one important concept. People may get some doubts. So I covered that. So next class, we will cover the next concepts in second adhyaya. Hare Srinivasa.
Hare Srinivasa,
Yeah.
Keshav uncle, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, amazing.
Sure.
I just had one question related to Sankhya and ಇದು.
Yeah.
Sankhya, so whenever Krishna uses the word Sankhya,
Yeah.
we take it to mean Tattvajnana or a clear understanding of the Tattvas.
Yeah.
Similarly, I just wanted a little clarification on yoga also, because
Yeah.
he uses Sankhya, like Sankhya Yoga Pratak Balaha Pravadanti, or Yat
Yeah.
Sankhya Prapyate Stanam Tad Yoga Become. So there,
Yeah.
I've taken yoga to mean Karma Yoga. Like, or doing the action or something like that. And if you can clarify that, and why does yoga mean karma
Yeah.
yoga, or if not, what? Yeah.
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 Yoga basically does not mean karma yoga because it can be jnana yoga. It can be bhakti. Yoga basically means jnanopaya. Upaya basically. And it can be any upaya. When you say karma yoga, it is the karma and its execution along with the knowledge and the bhakti that is needed all together constitutes karma yoga. So karma yoga basically does not mean doing only the karma. Karma yoga, the word yoga along with the karma, what it implies is we perform the karma or action along with making it as a tool. How can we karma become a tool if proper jnana is there, proper bhakti is there? So the yoga yoga is a connection. Yoga is, I have the connection with. So basically the word yoga means connection. So how the yoga does the word when you use the yoga, what it does is whatever word that you use, like for example, Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means here the chapter is given the word Sankhya Yoga. So the Sankhya or Samyak Khyati is connected with Bhakti, Jnana, and Karma. All these are connected, linked with Sankhya. So the yoga is establishment of the link with all the associated things. So yoga is, that is what is yoga. Yoga is why it's called upaya, means it is a technique by which we connect whatever the word that precedes the word yoga. Like it can be Sankhya yoga, Karma yoga, Jnana yoga, Bhakti yoga, whatever the word yoga is associated with, that along with all the elements around it which are linked to that, making that as a central point. When you say Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya is the central point, and around that you have Jnana, Karma, Bhakti, all that are surrounding points. When we say Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti becomes a central pivot or central point, and Jnana, Sankhya, Karma, all those come around Bhakti. So whenever we associate the word yoga to any word, what we are doing is we are making that as a central post, and we are looking at all the associated elements along with it. That is what is yoga. Yoga is a connection, sambandha. That's why it's a yoga means sambandha. Sarva yoga, when it's actually today, incidentally, the Vishnu Sahasranama, we are going to talk about Sarva yoga Vinishrutaha, and I'm going to elaborate more on that one. That's what is Sarva yoga Vinishrutaha. There we talk about is yoga connection. So Paramatma, how he is having connection with others and all. So the word yoga is a very interesting word in the sense, whichever word it is associated with, it brings a kind of different perspectives from that point of view. So the yoga, if you look at it, let us do all the yoga, like we do yoga exercises. They're yoga. That means we are connecting our body, our mind, and the exercise that we are doing, all that we are putting together. A connection. That means a connection is established. That's why you call that simply yoga. Nothing, hey, we're going to do yoga. Yeah, without anything, we are saying yoga means basically it is connected with our body, our mind, exercise, everything. So we are bringing the connection with all that. That's what yoga is.
Oh, thank you, Uncle. I mean, we hear that they are all linked, but I mean, this is the first time I've heard anyone explaining it this way. That the yoga term in Sankhya Yoga actually means Sankhya is linked as a link to every other form of yoga, whether it be Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and vice versa. Then, so Bhakti Yoga, when you say Bhakti Yoga, you're saying Bhakti is a center point, and that is the connection of Bhakti with Karma, Jnana, Dhyana, etc. are all shown through the yoga word. Okay. Thank you. Namaskar, Uncle. Dhanyawad.
Sure. No problem.
Okay, so we'll conclude for today with a small prayer.
One second, Namaskar, Acharya. I heard that you are giving some lectures on Vishnu Sahasranama too. How can we connect with you if I want to attend those sessions?
Yeah. Okay. I think I can add you to that one. So there we have a group. So in that group, the group info itself has the link. So you can go to the link from the group info in that group. So I think some are there in the group already. I'll add you also. Or Vivek, you know how to add, or I can add also. I can make add also. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would like to, I have more time in hand now, so I would like to attend some of the classes. Last week,
Sure.
I missed these two very much because it has been, the time specifically given, it is very wisely used in this group, I think. So I really love to listen to other lectures too, if you permit me for that. Some of them,
Sure.
probably we are females, we are not eligible.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I will be on the listening
Yeah.
mode. I won't be, if any question, I will talk to you separately.
No,
Thank
that's
you.
okay. You whatever you feel free, you can do that. No problem.
Thank you, Acharya. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Dhanyavad.
I may not have the admin privilege on the other group, so we'll have to add. Okay, so we'll do a small prayer.
Yeah.
Om Pratah Prabhiti Sayantam Sayadi Pratarantataha Yat Karomi
Karomi
Jagannatha
Jagannatha Tadastu Tava Pujanam. Hare Srinivasa.
Sastha Namaskar, Shri Krishna.
Namaskar. Hare Srinivasa.
Namaskara.
Namaskar.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Sure, no problem.